This is Leo Cloutier with Malice to It None. We're here at Fenway Park today, and it's indeed a pleasure to have as our guest former infield great of the major leagues, now a coach with the Washington Senators. I'd like to welcome to our show Nellie Fox. Welcome, Nellie.
Thank you, Leo.
Nellie is certainly glad to have you as our guest here today. Nell, a few years ago, you broke into Major League Baseball. I believe it was 1948 with manager Connie Mack and his Philadelphia Athletics, was it?
Yes, that's right. I came in first in 47 for a cup of coffee, and then 48 for another cup of coffee, and then 49 I came up and stayed with the Philadelphia Ball Club, and then 1950, at the end of the year, I was traded to the Chicago White Sox.
And now you had an amazing career in baseball. You participated in 11 All-Star games. You went to bat something like 9,292 times, collected 633 hits. Those are tremendous credentials.
Well, thank you. It's you got to be awful fortunate and lucky in baseball. The injuries, come pretty frequently when you play the infield, and when you escape that, you have a good chance of playing.
And now, as far as having gone to bat so many times, you had 11, I believe, years in a row in which you went to bat 600 or more times. That's quite a few trips with that plate.
That's quite a lot of offers, too, if you want to look at it that way. But as you know, I never walked too much, and I swung at a lot of bad pitches, I guess you might say. Right, I got a few base on balls, but anytime you swing the bat, you got a chance of getting a base hit, and I left that bench swinging. I learned in 1944 when I had a manager by the name of Lena Blackburn, and I got injured at Lancaster, and I was out for a couple weeks. And the first time he put me back in to pinch hit, and I left the bench, and I took the first strike when I went up to hit, and finally I grounded out or something. When I came back to the bench, he told me, he said, from now on, when I send you up there to pinch hit, I want you to leave this bench swinging. And that's what I've done ever since.
You're so right. And one thing that was remarkable about your career in the major leagues, Nellie, you never struck out very many times.
Well, I had probably a different swing than, say, the Mantles or the Williams or somebody like that. I wasn't swinging for fences. I was more or less trying to meet the ball and hit it where it was pitched. If the ball was outside, I tried to poke it to left, or if it was inside, I tried to pull, or I went with the situation, because I hit second in the lineup, and my job was to advance a runner from first to second or get him over from second to third. And my swing was a little more shorter than the sluggers.
You know, Nell, I'll never forget 1954, and you probably won't either. And the reason I won't forget it is because that was the first time I had the pleasure of talking to you. I had invited you to come to our baseball dinner in Manchester at that time to be a guest of honor on the strength of your 319 batting average, which you had that year, and undoubtedly the best year you had in the majors.
Well, yeah, average-wise, it was probably my best year, but I think overall the best year I had in the big leagues was 1959 when we won the World Series.
Well, Nell, I see that our time is up, and I certainly want to thank you for this interview. I know the people who had the pleasure of watching you in baseball for so many years always thrilled at your sensational performances, and I want to wish you and the Washington Senators worlds of luck for success.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Nell. This was an interview with Nellie Fox, the former infield great of the Philadelphia Athletics and Chicago White Sox, and now a coach at the Washington Senators. This brings us to the end of With Malice to It None. Until tomorrow, at the same time, Leo Cloutier. Good day.
Brought to you by PosterFix. At PosterFix, we bring your vintage posters back to life. To learn more about Leo Cloutier's sports world, visit leocloutier.com.